Hey, what's going on, everybody? Max here with Because Bitcoin, and today for 10 minutes max, we're going to be talking about Solana and some Solana pairs. Before we get into the charts, please like and subscribe if you are new here. We greatly appreciate your guys' support. And just a quick reminder, we are doing these videos every single day, Monday through Friday. My name is Max. I'm the CEO of Because Bitcoin, and this series is called 10 Minutes Max, where Monday through Friday, we deliver you alpha in 10 minutes or less. So here we are looking at Sol USD. I think that on a higher time frame, things still look really solid, guys. I know that locally, looking at like the 4 hour, right, we've pulled back quite a bit. I'm not concerned about this whatsoever. I actually think that things look quite healthy here. And if you guys follow me on Twitter, you know my mantra right now: zoom out, stay off the hourly time frames. But you guys already know that. So look, this is, in my opinion, your sort of de facto line in the sand. This was the bottom of this is where things got really nasty, after we broke down. Right here is when we entered the despair zone. And then, of course, this was our despair. All right. But we're not here to talk about that because things are looking up. But I think as long as you hold, really kind of that 90 level, maybe a little bit lower, I think that things look really solid. There's been a lot of discussions, back and forth about, how high can Solana go this cycle. Um, it obviously led off of the bottom, and it's been kicking Ethereum's butt up until very recently. But what do I think? Where can Solana potentially go? Now we're gonna have a little bit of fun here, guys. I'm very, very bullish on Solana. I'm not here to debate the fundamentals or anything like that. We're just looking at technicals. And I think the best comparison I can draw for Solana this cycle would be to that of Ethereum last cycle. So we're going to do this on the fly here. Again, we only have 10 minutes. Maybe I should have made it in advance, but we can make this live. So what I'm really interested in here is comparing Sol to ETH last cycle, and the fractals. I've done this before. Are pretty astonishing. Oh, this is interesting. I actually have this labeled already. That can be kind of helpful. But I truly do have a feeling that the chart's going to end up looking like this for Solana, and it's really going to be a game of, what are we even really talking about here? Everyone's like, oh, should I buy Solana at 105? Should I wait for 90? And to that I say, yeah, both are fine, right? But you don't want to miss the bigger move because you're so caught up on like the ultra low time frame. So actually, let's throw on one more thing here. Let's throw on an EMA band. We'll get rid of these indicators. We'll turn it off of log mode. I mean, we don't even really need this, right? But we'll throw it up here just for the purposes of the aesthetics, I suppose. And understanding how these things move on a higher time frame. But where I think we're at right now is probably somewhere, and I'll draw it on ETH as well, somewhere in this vicinity. All right, this is kind of where I think you're at. And if we were to just fractal this, and even let me take a step back. It's interesting as well just to see like, how even last cycle we had these really comparable bounces. And then both of them had, I hope you guys can see this, that complacency shoulder, that fake out right before things got nasty. Um, Pretty interesting, right? Very, very similar charts. But now let's just draw a fractal, right? Let's even just drag and drop all through last cycle. We'll do something like this. Here it is. Command C, Command V. I didn't even like massage it. I literally copy pasted it, right? I'm gonna have to massage it, a little bit here. But the spirit of the move is, it's there. You guys can see this. It's interesting, to say the least. It's not perfect. It's never going to be perfect, but I honestly am expecting something like this for Solana. If we get a crazy market bubble here and everything goes crazy, I am expecting significantly higher. And I think where that begins is actually with Bitcoin and ETH. So if we want to see Solana do, this, and then maybe I don't even know where it goes, right? I don't know. I could draw some fibs on here and we could speculate, but I don't think at this point it truly matters. Like, you don't need me when Solana's at $105 and total 2 and total 3 are just starting to break out. there's really no benefit in, me coming on YouTube and just being like, yeah, Sol's going to $1,000 or whatever. We'll address that when we get there. You guys follow the channel. These videos are coming out every day. When things start to heat up, I'll let you know when I think the top is in, but right now it's just I'm expecting something like this to play out. But let's move on. And I said where this all begins is with Bitcoin and ETH. So for those that are not familiar, this is this is the Sol ETH pair. So this is Sol denominated in Ethereum. So just a quick little refresher here. When the chart looks like this and is moving up, that means that Sol is performing much better than Ethereum. All right. And on the flip side of that, when you see this and Sol is bleeding against Ethereum, well, that's what it means. When the chart looks like this, Sol is bleeding against ETH. ETH is a better hold. So recently, pretty obvious here, the Sol ETH chart has been moving up. And obviously, up until very recently, when we've pulled back, it's made more sense to hold Solana. It's been outperforming. All right. So, quick little crash course there. What do I expect here? Truthfully, I'm going to throw it on the log time frame, and we're going to throw on some price discovery fibs. These tend to be pretty solid, and I would expect them to play here, but I would be looking for a Sol ETH valuation breakout. I mean, truthfully, guys, I would say to start, let's look at the 1.618. Maybe we could entertain higher, but let's just start with the 1.618. All right, let's start with the 1.618. So that'd be a Sol ETH valuation of 0.23. Now, let's just say that ETH went to I don't know, ETH went to 15K. All right, so you would take 15K times 0.23. And then you put that into your calculator. You go 15,000 times 0.23, and that's 3,450. All right. I don't know, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I suppose it's possible. But even if ETH goes to 8K, right? Let's just do 8K, so a little bit higher than the previous all-time high. 8K times 0.23, that'd be 1840, right? So that's how this would be figured out. And again, I'm assuming ETH goes to, here's the thing to consider about these valuations is they're not going to time out perfectly, right? So when ETH and Sol are not going to top at the same time. So the Sol ETH valuation could hit 0.23 when ETH is at 8,000, and then Sol could kind of crash and ETH could move up like we're seeing right now. So again, that's just how this valuation works, but I am looking at the 0.23 valuation level. All right. Let's move over to Sol BTC. Sol BTC, I actually prefer to look at it not in log because there's a really, really clean range drawn. Let's move this up here. This is one of the cleanest ranges in crypto right now. So from swing high right here to basically swing low and then including a deviation here. We've just rejected recently off of our mid-range perfectly. Again, this is Sol denominated in Bitcoin. So when the chart is bleeding, that means it makes more sense to hold Bitcoin. When it's pumping, it makes more sense to hold Sol. This is a really key level right here as well. I'll thicken this up just so you guys can see it. This is a really key high time frame SR. You could probably move it down a little bit, like the base of these candles, but somewhere around here is important. So we'll see if we can hold. Wouldn't be opposed to a little deviation down like this and then higher. But range theory suggests, and you guys know I love ranges. Range theory suggests that a deviation to one side of a range is more oftentimes met with a symmetrical deviation to the opposite side of that range. So what am I expecting? I'm expecting this mid-range to flip, deviation up here, and then maybe we go up to this 1.618 as well. So if we do some quick math again, this would be a Sol Bitcoin valuation of 0.007 basically. So, extrapolate that out. If Bitcoin goes to 150K times 0.007, that would be a $1,050 Sol, So anyways, guys, we are just at the 10-minute mark. alpha in 10 minutes or less. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please consider liking the video if you haven't yet, and also subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate your guys' support. Also, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Again, we're having some fun speculating. The Bitcoin halving is in about 2 months, so lots to look forward to. And last but not least, after you like and subscribe, please consider checking out the first link in the description below. If you want access to our premium Discord here at Because Bitcoin and you want to trade with me and the rest of the Because Bitcoin analysts, definitely consider checking that out sooner rather than later. We share all of our active positions and do 2 hours a day of private live voice calls with the entire community. Really, it will transcend any other group that you've been in, and it will absolutely take your trading to the next level. So check it out. We have the BB terminal dropping in basically 2 months, so you're going to want to check that out, and it's going to be bundled together with the Discord, and prices for both are going to go up dramatically. So get in while you can. Check out the website, read the reviews, try for yourself, and guys, we will see you tomorrow. Take care.